In today's Quickie, we're reviewing the 2025 Nissan Z Performance. Under the hood is a twin-turbo 3-liter V6, 400 horsepower, 350 pound-feet of torque. This is mated to a 6-speed manual. You can get it in a 9-speed automatic. Closing the Z bulge hood. This headlight design is taken from the 240 ZG that we never saw in the United States. Also, this grille pattern is reminiscent of the rear taillights on the second generation Nissan 300ZX. These 19-inch raised forged alloy wheels have katana designs built in, and that's not all, because the katana is very evident on the sloping window line. This blue color is also new for 2025 and it's ported over from the Nissan GT-R. You're not going to escape the Z badge right over the rear haunches. The base sport model of the Z does not have a limited slip differential, but we have the performance model, which of course does. These rear taillights are heavily inspired by the second gen Nissan 300ZX, the last one to also have a twin turbo V6. Duckbill spoiler is heavily inspired by the original 240Zs. The dual exhaust on the Z, of course, looks absolutely perfect. The lift glass is popped open by a button below the Nissan badge. Not a lot of cargo space, but check out these awesome Z badge cargo net and first aid kit. We have an aluminum skid plate here with the Z logo, and this is one of the few variants out there that is actually going to come on blue. When I tried configuring this edition online, I could not equip it with blue on blue. All right, so let's go ahead and fire up the Nissan Z's twin turbo V6. Let's switch the gauge cluster's view to the sportier of the three and look at the awesome Z gauge, and also it has a red line warning system there as well. You gotta love the PSI gauge, the turbo speed RPM, and why not just throw the battery voltage up there as well. A small screen here, which does equip with Android Auto, but it is wired only in my experience. The AC is ice cold with these old school triple rotary dials. We do have heated seats here, an old school parking brake handle, which I adore, and a very clean looking shifter here that has a lot of character coming through with the vibrations of the engine. The auto rev matching downshifts are absolutely fantastic here. It even does it into first gear. And let's do a soft launch here, nothing too crazy. All the power you could ask for here from this 400 horsepower twin turbo V6. It's not the smoothest engine, it's not the loudest either, but you do get a good mix of engine sound mixed with the exhaust sound. If I own this, I would probably be putting an aftermarket exhaust on here. I like the character from the shifter, so much engine vibration coming through it. None from the steering wheel though. And the seats are very comfortable, so that makes this Nissan Z actually an excellent touring vehicle. You would think that from a sports car it would be very stiff and maybe not that enjoyable to drive, but it's really smooth, really surprisingly smooth. You have these big wheels, a sporty suspension, really aggressive steering. You just barely turn the steering wheel and it wants to dip and dive in, and that kind of leads to some wandering at times with how aggressive the steering is. But yeah, this is honestly, it feels like a grand touring vehicle, and it feels so comfortable that I can be in here for a long period of time. I'm about 6'1", these bolsters are very comfortable around my sides. There's about this much thickness in the carpet. All right, so you're never going, oh, let's see if we can make this. Oh, didn't make it. I'm not going to, I could have probably thrown around the turn there, but that's okay. The thickness of these bolsters are fantastic, just enough. It blends, like they're soft, so it blends comfort with performance. So when you throw it in the turns, these seats still do a good job of keeping you in. All right, they are not ventilated, they are heated, but we have nice perforation here to keep you cool in the summer. Speaking of keeping you cool, this vent is so close to me and it's breathing ice cold AC at me. Absolutely freezing AC in the Nissan Z. well done, Nissan. Not only from the ergonomics of the climate control, and they're kind of a bit hidden by this shelf where the touchscreen is, but hey, I can't complain too much. Everyone is going towards touchscreen climate control, and it is very distasteful and can be a safety hazard in my opinion. All right, but I really enjoy. I mean, it's let's go. I'll just put on 75 and put on auto. It's still too cold. All right, I have to put it all the way up to probably around 80 degrees. But now it's just blowing too hard. So like this AC is just absolutely fantastic. And we're already doing way too fast of speeds. And that's the thing, the Nissan Z. You know, some people might say it's not as fast as a Mustang 5-liter V8. It's close. Some people might say it's not quite as thrilling as the Supra, and I would agree, but it has more character. It's more comfortable than those cars. The interior is way nicer than the competition in my opinion. And like I said, that lens for this vehicle, making it not only beautiful inside and out, but also a lens for it to be an excellent grand touring vehicle with the ride comfort, the seat comfort, the cold AC. You just don't have a lot of storage capacity, all right, if you are going to take this on a tour. Maybe there's a roof rack or something that you could put on this Nissan Z. I'm getting about 25 miles per gallon on the Z this week. That's mainly highway driving, all right, and I can switch back to my meter view. If I go back to normal, it will show me my fuel economy, which is at 22. So I lied. It's about 22 combined, but I saw about 25 on the highway. You'll probably get around 20 in town. The Z steering wheel, I love it. It is fantastic. It is still round. There's no like flat bottom steering wheel here, which I really appreciate. The stitching's great. There is some glossy black here, and that's maybe the only downfall of the steering wheel, is that it might lend to blinding you at times. We do have radar cruise control. There is no lane centering technology, which I guess that would be the one drawback if you wanted to take this on long road trips as a grand tour, is that, well, the steering is so sensitive off axis that you do wander around, all right? And so having a lane centering technology here would have been welcome, but yeah, I don't need it. The clutch pedal is pretty heavy in here. I like that. I like having a connection and a feeling to the clutch, as well as, like I said, the vibrations through the shifter are awesome. This engine is not the smoothest, but it feels a bit rowdy, and it has just the right amount of rowdiness, mixing it with the comfort and luxury and all the features that I could want, and none of the features that I don't want. I don't have all these gadgets and gizmos in here. In some ways it does feel like an old school car just with modern screens, but it kept everything else very basic. Even the gauges up here are analog, which I love. It's just so fun. Oof. She just keeps pulling hard all the way to that red line. It's so fun to drive. But that sums it up for this week's Quickie. I don't want to go too long. I try to keep it nice and respectable for you guys. This vehicle did make it to my S tier on my main channel, so check out a fuller length review on the Nissan Z if you want more time with me in this vehicle. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next Quickie.